Hi everyone, this is Jamil Teja for another video. This is my top 10 tips for beginners, so let's get started. Top tip number 1 is to learn your camera settings. When I first started shooting, I shot in P mode. This helped me to understand the different camera settings, and it also gave me the freedom to experiment. Top tip number 2 is to invest in a tripod. Investing in a good tripod will firstly enable you to be more creative. Secondly, it will bring an element of stability to the way that you shoot, especially in low light situations. And most importantly, investing in a good tripod will allow you to experiment with long exposures as well as self-portraits. Top tip number 3 is to invest in a 50mm lens. The 50mm 1.8 lens is the cheapest lens on the market. This lens has a fixed focal length of 50mm, and this means you won't be able to zoom in and out using the lens. Instead, you'll have to move with your feet to get different compositions. The second thing about this lens is that it's great for portraits. You can check out my second video where I go into more detail. Top tip number 4 is to get inspired. When I first started learning about photography, I used to read a lot of photography magazines, and this helped me to understand how people were creating their images. The next thing I did is to go onto groups like Flickr and 500 pixels and to look at people's camera settings, look at how they were capturing their images, and I incorporated this back into my work. Top tip number 5 is to carry your camera wherever you go. When I first started getting into photography, I used to carry my camera everywhere, to the park, to the beach, to college. I didn't want to be in that situation where I saw a picture that I wanted to take and I didn't have my camera. Top tip number 6 is to photograph what you enjoy. If you're not enjoying what you're capturing, then what's the point, really? Your pictures aren't going to be your best because you're not enjoying what you're photographing. The next thing is to learn the different times of the day. No, I don't mean 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I mean, when am I going to get good light? When am I going to get harsh light? Around sunrise and sunset, you'll get really good light. This is often known as the golden hours. And basically this means you'll get really soft light. And this will fall gracefully on your subject. Whereas at 12 o'clock, midday, you get really harsh shadows. This is due to the sun being right above you. The next tip is to practice, practice, practice. No one's going to take their best pictures straight away. It's only after practicing and practicing and practicing, learning from your mistakes, will you ever improve on your images. Don't be afraid to experiment. When you're learning photography, yes, you're going to make mistakes, but it's only after practicing and practicing and practicing and reviewing your images, seeing what your bad images look like, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work. And the good news is you can always reshoot. The most important thing is to just relax and have fun. Well, I hope that was useful for you. Don't forget, you can always follow me on my blog at jamilteja.blogspot.co.uk, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this video. So see you next time. Now I know I've said a lot about spending money in this video, but the most important camera accessory that you will need is a filter for your lens. Basically, this will protect the front of the lens from getting scratched or getting dirt on.